happened before. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Okay. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the day 2 of the 4 consecutive live section. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. Please, if you know you tune in for yesterday's live chats, or you get to watch the replay, just say hi in the comment section. Let me know if you gain knowledge. Okay, so today is 2nd September 2021 and the day 2 of my live section, my 4 days consecutive live section. I want to compensate for being off the social media for 30 days. Okay, so let's dig right in because of our time. Like I said earlier, I said yesterday, this live section for this 4 days is not going to be as long as my normal live section that takes up to 45 to 1 hour. It's about 20 minutes, and the only reason we are going to extend to about 30 minutes is because there is a question. It's because there is a question from somebody. Okay. I don't know what is happening to my Facebook channel. It's not coming on at all. Okay, so let me just hold on here till, let me see if my Facebook is going to come on so that we can get started. I don't know what's happening to Facebook. No, delete. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened to my Facebook. Okay. Okay, so my Facebook is up now. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the day 2 of the live, the 4 days consecutive live chats with my humble self. I tag it live chat with Lawyer Precious. So welcome, guys. You can see it's also on my t-shirt, live chat with Lawyer Precious. We are rebranding. Okay, so welcome to the day 2 of this live section. Today's topic is a very interesting one, a really interesting topic that you're going to gain knowledge. In fact, while I was preparing this notes, I actually came across one or two things that people actually ignore, that people are not really conversant with. So I just said, okay, let me chip it in, and so that we can all gain knowledge and understanding. You know, we learn every day, and the only time anybody can stop learning is when we have retired to the grave at the appointed time. So it's a very interesting topic. I need you to get your notes, get it ready, because today you're going to gain knowledge, and knowledge is power, and power is power. Okay, so I'm trying to get this to come on. Okay, so why is this not coming on? 1 minute, everyone. I don't know why this is not coming on. Okay, so let me just leave that. Okay, so okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about the things needed to start and run a company in Nigeria. Things you need to start and run a company in Nigeria. Okay, so I'm not even getting to use my filter today. The way this whole thing is going, I don't want to touch words I do not understand. So tonight we'll be talking about things you need to start and run a company in Nigeria. So I've had during my 30 days leave from the social media space, funnily I got quite a lot of interaction while I was off social media than even when I was on social media. So probably they're not seeing the videos and the notes again. They decided to just come for a one-on-one section. But that's good. Okay, so basically people do not readily understand or know what a business name and company is. A lot of people are not really aware. Sorry if my eyes are just rotating. I'm using two screens. So a lot of people do not really understand what a business name or company is. But that is not the discussion for today, because that is our webinar topic for this month. We always have webinar every month powered by the Business and Legal Structures School. So this month we'll be talking about major differences between a business name and a company. So a lot of people do not readily know or understand the major difference between a business name and a company, and that is quite what's the word for it? That is quite risky, because you actually need to have a clarification. You have to actually need to know what exactly that you're going into, so that you understand why the law requires certain things from you. I took my time to explain it in my book, which I promised to republish, but I'm still working on it. I'm going to do that. So I took my time to explain the need to understand why the law requires certain things from you. So tonight I'm going to be we're going to be looking at 4 major topics. Let me look at my time, because I'm time conscious for these 4 days. I'm going to be discussing 4 major issues when it comes to the things you need to start and run a company in Nigeria. Though these things are also applicable to other jurisdictions, but I'm actually speaking specifically for Nigeria tonight. So we're going to be looking at the meaning of law. The meaning of a company in law. When you say you have a company, when you say you want to register a company, what does it really mean? What do you understand when you say you want to register a company? What does it mean to you? What does it even mean in law? What does a company mean in law? So that's what we're going to be looking at. The second thing we're going to be looking at tonight is who can form or register a company. Because most times I see a lot of people come and they say they want the child to be a director of the company. Are these things possible? Who are those people, or what are those entities? Because when I'm talking about people, mind you, I'm talking about both a real person and an artificial person. So when I say an artificial person, that is something that is recognized in law that is not a human being. So who are those people, whether it's an artificial human being or or is an artificial human being or a real human being, who are those that are, are eligible, that's the word, to register or form or start a company or run a company. Now, the third thing we're going to be looking at is things that you need to register a company. Things needed to register a company. And lastly, how to run a company in Nigeria. What are the things that you need to put in place? What are the things you need to, organize for yourself to be able to run a company well and legitimately, without stress, seamlessly in Nigeria? So the first thing is, what is a company in law? Specifically, a company is a corporate entity, a body that is recognized by law. Either it is a corporation or an entity that is recognized by law, that is different from its owner. So I need you to understand that your company is different from you, unlike a business name. And I said we are going to talk more on that during this month's webinar. So your company is different from you. So let's take, for example, you're running real estate company. So, and you name your real estate company Tatafo Real Estate Company. Now, yes, you may be, or you are the director. Yes, you may have other directors with you. You may have subscribers with you as well. But you need to understand that you are different from your company. And that is why you're going to pay tax in the name of the taxes. That you're going to pay majorly education taxes, company income tax, and VAT. That is if you're earning, you're having a turnover of over 25 million based on the new Finance Act. Now, if, for example, you are to pay tax, you're going to pay tax in your name, that as your personal income tax, and you're also going to pay tax in the name of your company. So that is to tell you that your company on its own is so much different, is really different from you as a person. That is why most of the time, when you carry out business in the name of your company is the one that will be the one to pay for that. Now, they will not come to your creditors, will not come to tell you directly that you're owing. They will say your company is the one that is owing them. So a company in law has a separate identity, has a separate personality, different from its owners, different from its founders, different from its board of directors. So basically, that is what a company is in law. A company is an artificial person that is different and separate from its owner. It has its own personality, it has its own identity, it has its own uniqueness that is different from you, unlike a business name. So I'm going to emphasize more on this when we hold our monthly webinar, which is every last Sunday of the month by 6 p.m. Well, that's when we will talk about what the major differences between a business name and a company. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is who can form a company. Can you just wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning and just stretch and just call me and say, Lawyer Precious, I want to register my company, I want to form a company? Can you really do that? Is there anything that may deprive you as a person from forming a company, from registering a company? So who exactly can register a company? Who exactly can form a company? One, if you are above 18 years, if you are 18 years and above, you can register a company, you can start a company, you can form a company. So in other words, a full-fledged adult that is not liable to other things that I'll be talking about tonight can form a company. Okay? So if you are an infant, if you are a teenager, and you are underage, you cannot form a company. You have to be 18 years and above to be able to form or register or start a company. The second one is you have to be a person that has a right frame of mind. You must have a right frame of mind. You are not an insane person. You have not been in a psychiatric hospital, or you are not a patient at in a psychiatric hospital. You must be a person that is not subject to an unsound mind. And who is somebody that has an unsound mind? Somebody that has been declared by the court of law that the person has unsound mind, or the person has been so declared by the right or relevant entity or body. So, for example, if you have been certified or stamped or endorsed by a psychiatric hospital that you are a person of unsound mind, you cannot, even without the declaration of the court, say you want to start a company or form a company. So it's very important that you, as a person that may be listening to me tonight or watching the replay whenever you get to see this video, it may be possible that you are okay psychologically, you're okay, you have a sound mind, and you want to partner with somebody, you want to join hands with somebody else to start your company, to start your business. It's very important that you carry out due diligence on that person, because a lot of people just call people into the circle and want to just start a company. That is why, as lawyers, or as a lawyer, I keep talking and preaching about due diligence. And due diligence is not only when you want to buy a property. You were supposed to carry out due diligence on anybody that you intend to partner with, that you intend to start your business with. Now, a lot of people get it wrong because, the person used to be my colleague, the person used to be my schoolmate, we used to be in the same association. So you just assume that the person is okay. You just assume that there is nothing wrong with the person. You need to carry out your due diligence. You need to be absolutely sure that as a director, or as a person that you're bringing in to be a director of your company or to start a company with you, that person is of a sound mind. That person has a right frame of mind. Now, the third set of people that can register a company is somebody that has not been declared bankrupt by a court of law. So by bankruptcy, I mean that the person has more debts to set off than what his credit capacity can take. So, for example, if they put all your personal, please, when we say bankruptcy, I'm still going to talk about it one of these episodes, probably this month. I think what my timetable is going to talk about bankruptcy, being bankrupt, and bankruptcy and liquidation, winding of a company. So I think next week or so I should be releasing a video that has to do with that, or upper week. I need to check my schedule, my timetable, to be sure of when actually that will be coming out. But I know it's going to come out this month. So by bankruptcy, I'm not talking about the fact that your company cannot set off its debts. No, that's not what we're talking about. Bankruptcy specifically has to do with your personal debts, your personal, you have a debt of 50 million naira and you have only 20 million naira in your account. So obviously your debts are higher and more than what you can afford. And it's not just like one debt. Now this is comprising, you have from different angles, from different people. So specifically when somebody is a bankrupt person, a person has been declared is undergoing bankruptcy or has been declared as bankrupt, or somebody that has been listed by any commercial or financial institution in the debtor journal, in the newspaper, wherever it is, that the person is not bankrupt now, but the person has outstandings with them, it's mostly advisable that those kind of people you should not add as a director. So if you are going through financial difficulty at the moment, where you have a lot of creditors on your neck, at your throat, and you have financial institution publishing your name wherever it is being published, that you are not credit worthy, you cannot, under the law, legitimately form a company. You have to wait till that phase of your life has, passed away. So if you are not declared bankrupt by any court of law, you can form a company. Now you can also a corporation can form a company. So let's say, for example, you already have your company. You have, for example, Tatafo Real Estate Company, and you want to start Tatafo Laundry Services. Okay, so what? Because in one of my episodes, I'm still going to talk about what you need to start a group of company. There are a lot of people that really do not know what a group of company is or how to start a group of company, and I'm also doing a write-up on it. I'm trying to compose and put my write-ups together to to be able to publish a book on starting a group of companies. So you want to start a company. Another angle of you want to start a company that takes care of another angle of business. Now, if you have, like I said, you have Tatafo, if you have Tatafo Real Estate Limited, and you want to start a laundry service, so you now want to do Tatafo Laundry Services. Now, Tatafo Real Estate Limited can actually form Tatafo Laundry Services. So Tatafo Real Estate Limited can actually be a director and a shareholder in Tatafo Laundry Services Limited. Okay, so a corporation or another company that is not going through liquidation, that is not undergoing winding up, that trying to put an end to that company, can actually form another company. Okay, so I hope that was. So you also have foreigners. Yes, you can actually partner with foreigner. You can actually, a foreigner can actually form a business or start a business in Nigeria. Only that foreigner must include in its board of directors at the point of registration a Nigerian. Okay, a Nigerian or a Nigerian company to form a company. Now, another person that is qualified to start and run a company is a director that has not been disqualified under the law. Now there are different types of director, which I'm still going to talk about in one of my episodes. Just look out for my episodes on YouTube and the rest. So if you have a director that has not been disqualified as a director for credit issues, for bankruptcy, for mismanagement, that person can also form a company. So what exactly do you need to start a company? What do you need to register a company, to start a company, to form a company in Nigeria? The first thing that you need is the name of your company, minimum of 2. And that's because at the point of registration, there is an option to put your first real name that you really want for the company and a second name for the company. So you can do, you should have 2 proposed names, and it's important that you check it out. I did a mini course. Is it mini? Yes, I did a mini course on how to search and create a legitimate name for your business, or a legitimate business name. I can't remember how it was couched now. So you have to be sure that this names that you are choosing, which is a minimum of 2, has not been used by somebody else, has not been registered by somebody else, and if it is registered, that it is not too similar or controversial with your own name. That's 1. 2, you will need an address. Now, I hear a lot of people say, oh, they do not have an office address. Yes, it's fine. You can use your house address or the office address of somebody that probably you're partnering with or you're tagging along with for the meantime. But it's very important that when you get your own office space, you must file notice of change of place of business with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Okay, so a lot of people make that mistake. They just let go and they do not remember that they have to file, change of notice of change of place of business. Now, this is also part of post-incorporation activities. Now, the third thing that you need to register a company in Nigeria is an email address. Whether you want to use your personal email address or you want to create an email address for your company, that's fine. But you must have an email address before you can register your company. And this is why a lot of people do not know why they should have an email address or create an email address, an active one for the company. Now, this is the reason. When you carry out your post-incorporation activities, now, a lot of things, all the things, transaction that is being done with the Corporate Affairs Commission. If you don't know what Corporate Affairs Commission is, please check the last yesterday's live chat. Is on Instagram and is on my YouTube channel that you can view. Now, when you carry out post-incorporation transaction with the Corporate Affairs Commission, they're going to send you notice of approval. They're going to send you, reports, your status report based on that thing that that your transaction that you're doing. So nothing is done manually now. So you actually would need an email address because the Corporate Affairs Commission is going to email whatever it is correspondence is based on your transaction with them to your email address. So email address is very important when you want to register your company. Another thing that you need the other things that you need are the names. Okay, that's correct. Are the names and potential and personal details of the director. So name of the director, the personal email address of the director, which is different from your own company email address or the email address that you want to use for your company, the house address, the occupation, the address, the state of origin, marital status. You need all of that when you want to register a company. All the information concerning the personality of a director. Those are the things you will need. Another thing that you need is a share capital for your company. Now, is it going to be 500,000 naira share capital, 1 million naira share capital? What kind of share capital? How much share capital? What is the financial strength of your company? You will need to decide on a share capital. You will also need the objective of your business. By objective, I mean what exactly do you want to do with your company? What exactly is the reason for setting up that company? Yes, you want to make sales, you want to offer services, you want to be known, you want to be in the market space, you want to make profits, you want to make money. That is good because it is a profit-making enterprise. But what exactly is the objective? Is it just to make money, or there is a problem that is out there for you to solve that you like to solve? So these things are what you will need to put in place before you register your company. Now, the next thing you need is a shareholder or shareholders or share subscribers. So now, for example, if you say your company is going to be having 2 million naira share capital, you need to decide who gets 1 million, who gets the whole 2 million, who gets 500,000 naira, who gets 200,000 naira. So you need to have shareholders that will subscribe to these shares, and the essence of subscribing to these shares is mostly because so that when your company actually wants to pursue a particular project and they need to call out capital, bring up capital, you are able, the shareholders that you have brought in place are able to finance and bring in this money. Now, the last thing you will need to register a company is your company constitution, which is known as MEMAT in abbreviation, or in paraphrasing it. It's called Memorandum and Articles of Association, that is MEMAS. So your MEMAS states what your company is all about, the mission of your company, the head address, the office address of your company, the shareholders, how you intend to carry out your things, how you intend to remove shareholders, remove directors, remove secretary, appoint new one, the type of shares that you have, preferred shares, ordinary shares, all of that, everything concerning your company. So your MEMAS is really, really important. Your MEMAS decides what will become of your company in the future. So those basically are the things that you need to register and start a company. Now, how do you run a company successfully and legitimately in Nigeria? Now, you have known what a company means in law. You have actually known those people that are capable of starting or forming a company. You've actually known the things that you need to register a company. So let's assume that you have registered your company. How do you run your company legitimately? Now, the first thing you need to understand is that you must have a well-organized structure. You must have a well-organized structure. What is your money duties like? What are your weekly targets? How are staff? What are the policies that you have set down for your company? How can staff, act? What is your work culture? What are you expecting from your staff? How the organization of your company as a whole? How is resumption? Who resumes early? Who closes early? Weekends? Do you can people work with you on do you do weekend works? These things you have to note them. Okay, when you do weekend works, are you going to pay your staff for that? What about if they spend extra hours? For example, if you close by 5, your official closing time is 5 o'clock, and because of workload, your staff has to close for like 3 hours. Are you going to pay for that? Now, how you attend to customers, how you attend to clients, depending on what you're doing, you must have a well-structured company. I did a post one time, and I said anything that does not have a well-defined structure will crumble. It's just a matter of time. So your company must have structure, must have hierarchy. Hierarchy is part of structure, must have positions with relatable, understandable duties and obligation. Because where people are in a place, they do not know what their duties are, they don't know what their obligations are, they are most likely to misbehave or to do things the way that they please. So you must have, to run a successful and legitimate business in Nigeria or anywhere in the world, you must have a well-organized structure. You must keep detailed records. Your records must be on point. You must have invoices, you must have fee notes, you must know what comes in, what goes out, your expenses, your inflow, your outflow, your tax records, your annual return, everything. You must have a well-detailed records. Now you must also analyze your market and your competitors. I broke this down in my book. You must understand the market space that you have come in. Are you into importation and sales of fashion wears? You need to understand the marketplace, because there is no industry in the world that is not flooded. No, there is no industry, even the legal profession that people outside would think, oh, lawyers are scarce. We that are lawyers, we know that we are not scarce. Probably we are, because we are there. So there is no field, there is no industry that is not flooded. So you need to understand the industry that you're coming in, the marketplace that you're coming in. You need to know the associations of the market space that you are carrying on your business, and you need to belong to these associations. Please, only registered ones. You must belong to. I'm not just saying any. No. You must have if you're going to belong to any association that has to do with your service or your nature of your business, it must be a registered, well-structured organization that you're going to get value from. So you need to understand and know the associations that is attributed to your business and join them for your own good, for your benefit. So that is when, analyzing your market coming, you need to analyze your competitors. There is no business that you want to do today that has not been done by somebody else. But what you need to do is to leverage on the vacuum that your competitors have created, or the things that they have not taken cognizance of. I explain so much about this in my book, Liquid Toolkits for Business Startups. You need to analyze your market space and your competitors. You need to also understand the risk and the rewards involved in the type of business that you're running. Now, if you're into importation or something, you need to also know the risk involved. Or if you're importing through the ship, you need to understand that there's a probability that the ship may sink. Yes, it happens. There's a probability that a particular ship that is conveying your goods also conveyed some contraband, because you're not going to be the only person that is going to ship your goods on that ship or with that ship. So there's a possibility that a particular ship that that you're using to bring in your thing also is bringing in contraband products in Nigeria or any country, and that ship could or can be seized by custom officers. And when it is shipped, it's not a child's play. You guys will pay, because everything on that ship is going to be shipped on seized until you go to clarify yourself and clear yourself. So you need to understand the risk involved when you want to run a particular business. If you want to run a company and you want to succeed concerning that company, you need to understand the risk involved and, of course, the reward that comes afterwards. You also need to, pay and file your taxes in time. This is really important. Your annual tax, your personal income tax, your company's income tax, your education tax, because these things are related to companies. You need to file these taxes in time. You need to also carry on your post-incorporation transactions in time. Okay? Now you need to also, and lastly, you must have a legal team that is working with you. There is no how you can run a business legitimately without having a legal team on board. Whether it's external legal team, whether it's internal, whatever your choice is, just note that you need a lawyer. You need a legal team to work with, because the setting up and running of a business is legal. You could branding is beautiful, marketing is beautiful, having a website is beautiful. Those things are beautiful, because even we lawyers, we have website, we brand, but you do not brand no matter how you design a cake that is not palatable in the mouth. By the time you remove, because a lot of people do not eat the icing on the cake. A lot of people do not eat the fondant on the cake. In fact, it's not even healthy. So by the time you want to eat the cake, all those designs is going to be removed. And then what is the essence of having a beautiful cake outside? And then by the time you cut the cake to actually eat it, it's not palatable to the mouth. It's either sour, or it's too hard, or it's not just clicking. That is what legal structure is all about. That is what having a lawyer on your team, on your board, is all about. You need a lawyer on your board. You want to run a business legitimately. You want to run a business within the confines of the law. You want to avoid costly legal mistakes. You want to avoid little mistakes that may bring down that company in the next 10 or 20 years. You must get a lawyer on board. You must have a lawyer on your team. Okay, so that's all I'm going to be taking tonight. See you guys tomorrow, day 3, on this 4 days consecutive live chat with Lawyer Precious. Thank you. I hope you gain wisdom. In a wrap, what you need, things that you need to start and run a company in Nigeria. You need to understand what the company is. You need to know who can set up a company, the things that you need to set up a company, and how you can run a company. All this I have talked about tonight. So, see you guys. If you have any question, please drop in the comment section. If you want to register your company, you can click on contact me in my bio, or you visit www.suitlegalng.com. It's an outlet that takes care of corporate jobs registration, pre and post registration transactions. All right, I'll see you guys. Check the comment section, the links will be there. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock, and watch out for my next post that will be talking about the topic that will be treating tomorrow. Good night. God bless you. Bye.